So night music, haberdasher, and liquor money. And for the trifecta at Bay Met. Oh, hey, didn't see you come in. My name's Tom Heyman. Welcome to the Sad Bastard Club. We're coming at you from the MakeOut Room, deep in the heart of the Mission District in San Francisco, California. The Sad Bastard Club is a singer-songwriter event that I did here for about 9 years, and once COVID put everything on ice, we decided to revive it as a web series. Our sad bastards for this show are Quinn DeVeaux and Karina Gill. So, without any further ado, let's get down to business, all right? Slip away. How'd I let it all slip away? Well, it was a feeling I once had. Only thing I feel is bad. And I let it slip away. Back when I still hadn't cried. Still hadn't pride. I had a love I couldn't hide. Came from way down deep inside. And I let it slip away. I didn't know what I should do. My wicked wishes all came true. She called your name. Closed my eyes, held my fingers to the flame. I go walking out at night, Lord, at any time of night, and I'm not worried or afraid. Got a little bargain that I made, and I let it slip away. All right.
Some say it started in a molten metal sun. Boiling stuff like locks and chains, the way that colors run. Some say it started at the ocean edge of night. Something falling stirred the heavy dark. Someday they'll tell us the end has finally come. We got what we came for, the human is done. I don't have a Tesla, can't outrun the sun. I'll just stay home, thanks, and unlock all the doors. Just let me go, yeah, the life you save is your own. I say it all starts walking at night all alone. Be mine now and here, unless you've got a better idea. Play it safe, you never veer, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. At the red light, we watch her together, lean into a window, wearing cheap leather. Yeah, I've heard lots of bad ideas, like just be myself, like never fear. But to be true, but to be good, but to be yours. Who knows if I could? In my mind's eye, I'll see her forever. Step out of the darkness, wearing cheap leather. The other day, I saw this woman crossing the street, wearing a thigh-high, stretch leather boots, and I noticed on her left leg there was this kind of bulky shape, and I realized that she'd gotten her boot on over her ankle monitor. And I thought to myself, you know, do just one thing, that's what I would tell you.
All right, Karina, thanks so much for coming down and doing this. I can't tell you how nice it is. The name of your band is Cindy, and I'm just wondering, if you can tell us where the name came from.
Yeah, totally. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Of course.
Cindy is my first band ever, and I think when I was forming it, it was just this kind of hilarious, wonderful thing that was happening, and I wanted a name that didn't hold any particular meaning. And I feel like there are so many Cindys in the world. I mean, Cindy really could be anybody. Many different kinds of people could be Cindy. And so I feel like Cindy has this kind of blankness, but also an association for everybody. So I just liked it in that way.
What was the last show before everything went on ice?
I'm not entirely trusting my memory here, but I believe we played at Hit Gallery. That was our last show before Shelter in Place. I hope Hit Gallery survives, but I think that was our last show.
Wow. And
Yeah.
do you remember when that was?
It was just a few weeks before Shelter in Place, yeah.
So in early March or late February?
I think it must have been the first week of March.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest thing that you've had to cancel, or the biggest disappointment, in terms of having to cancel stuff because of the lockdown?
Well, two things come to mind. One is my mom's turning 80 this winter, and me and my sister had planned this big party for her, so that's not happening. So that's probably the biggest thing they've had to cancel. Yeah.
Oh.
And she's awesome, and it would have been great to throw her a party.
Yeah.
But maybe she'll turn 80 again.
Well,
that's the idea.
Yeah, sure.
And then I guess the other thing that comes to mind turned out to be a sort of good thing in disguise. I'd had a show booked at the Eagle, SF Eagle, that I was super excited about. It took a long time to book it, get everybody on the bill, and it was just kind of an ordeal, but it was coming together, and one of the bands I was playing with, the front man of that band and I got together. We decided to write a song together to be kind of a super group for one song, just for fun. And we did, but then the show got canceled. I think it was booked for the first week of April, so absolutely out of the question. But we had the song we'd written together.
So you got a song out of it.
In fact, we've gotten 2 EPs out of it because we kept writing songs, and so now we have our own little COVID project. So
there you go. Have your listening and media consumption habits changed much since everything closed down?
Yes. I don't think I'd ever listened to a press conference by Gavin Newsom before.
Yeah.
And now we have lunch together often, so to speak.
Yeah.
But in terms of music, I've been listening almost exclusively just to local bands. So many people are putting great stuff out, and it's been great to just collect everything that comes out and listen to it.
Do you, other than your new COVID project band, do you have anything in the pipeline or in the can, or that you had recorded that was going to come out, or that is going to come out?
Yeah, it's actually been a really nice time in that regard. We released a tape in June, and then it came out in vinyl in late August, and we're starting this month to record the next record. So good metabolism.
You guys are really making something out of this. No COVID paralysis for you guys. That's
not when I'm in charge.
that good. And have you booked anything for 2021, or is that just
my mom turning 80 again?
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Well, Karina, thanks so much for doing this. It's been awesome. And,
thank you.
I hope I see you in real life when things start to abate. Thanks.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. not get higher. There was no limit, at least that I'd found, yeah. I was the chosen one, no one dared tread upon, but you knew my weakness, you knew how to break me best. Sometimes it takes a thunderbolt to shock you into a new state of mind. And I once believed that happiness was something that I'd never live long enough to find. I had a full sail, tiger caught by the tail, but something was missing, and I felt like shit again. Sometimes it takes a thunderbolt to shock you in to a new state of mind. And I once believed that happiness was something that I'd never live long enough to find. It's been too long since you've been away. Well, it's been too long since you've been away. You said that you'll try and get back on home. Well, then you drive home. It's been too long, been too long, living out on the road. Well, and meanwhile, hell, I've been carrying the load. They say that in life, you got to hold on. But when the feeling is gone, it's been too long. Say you're tragically hip, you get older. Say you're tragically hip, you get older. You get older. And one day you're gone. Well, it's been too long. It's been too long. tragically hip, you get older. Say you're tragically hip, you get older. Yeah. You get older, and one day you're gone. Well, it's been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long, long, long. It's been too long. Been too long.
All right, Quinn, thanks so much for coming down and doing this. It's great to see you. It's been a while since we've seen each other, I think.
Yeah. Good to see you.
What was the last show you played before everything went on ice? If you
I played a show in Nashville. I think it was at the Acme shop in Nashville. I'm pretty sure that was my last show because actually, and I think in the middle of that show, like we were supposed to play for 2 hours, let's say, and then about 30 minutes in, they were like, all right, we got to shut it down. So we played one more song. I think we announced, one more song before the pandemic.
Actually, you guys got shut down in the middle of a city shutdown. They decided to do it, and oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Down to the wire, yeah. So,
wow, what a trip.
We still got paid, for the gig, so that's good.
What's the biggest thing that you've had to cancel that caused you the most regret or whatever?
Well, mainly, just releasing my record, Book of Soul. I mean, it wasn't canceled. We released the record, but, we had a couple tours lined up and we had some things going. And so Book of Soul lives mostly online, but, I want to get it into the hands of the people,
Yeah, and you do that best out of the back of the, selling it yourself off the stage every night. Yeah.
Exactly. MC Hammer style, out of the trunk.
So you literally go ahead and released it on the schedule that it was on, or did you push the schedule at all?
No, I didn't push the schedule. We actually were able, the CD release was at the end of February, so we just snuck it in here in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, so we snuck that in, played a few more shows, and I went back to Nashville, played a few more shows, and then everything shut down. So
that's a huge regret.
Yeah, but the tours were all planned for the spring and the summer, so next summer we'll get it going.
Sure. Have your listening habits and media consumption habits changed at all since stuff locked down?
I don't know if they really have, honestly. I have my one or two shows that I watch. People have often seen more things than me.
Okay, sure.
It's good because then they recommend things that I can then watch. Because I can only keep one or two plots in my head at one time. And so if I watched, an episode a day, let's say, which is sometimes I watch two if it's like a Sunday or something. And so it takes me a while to get through these shows. So that hasn't really changed. I've been going on a lot of walks. And when I go on walks, I listen to a lot of music or podcasts or my stories. I listen to stories.
Sure. Sure thing.
So that's been the biggest change is these long walks.
So you had a record that was released in February, or you had the record release party, Book of Soul.
Yeah.
So you don't have anything else in the pipeline at this point?
It's like I'm always working on stuff. I'm always writing, and now I've been recording at my house, so that's been fun. So, I don't have like a technical release date, but I'm very excited about, I got some hot coals in my hand, man. I can't wait to put them out.
So have you booked anything for 2021?
I've booked some, just some private shows and things like that. We haven't booked a tour because it's really unclear what's happening, man. I mean, like maybe there'll be a vaccine in the spring, but even then,
there's a lag time on to see if it's effective.
Who knows when guys like me or you will get the vaccine. That's who can say, I mean, we're not exactly government officials or, VIPs or anything. We're just kind of couple of guys talking here. Where's our vaccine?
Exactly.
So hard to say.
Well, it's great to see you.
Yeah,
I'm
good to see
really,
you, Tom.
I'm really happy that you came down and did this, and I can't wait to see you again in real life when this thing has abated some. So
Yeah, that'll be nice. It'll be nice to see your whole face. Not
yeah,
just,
exactly. There you go. All right, Quinn. Thanks, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Oh, baby, can't you hear me calling? It's such a low and mournful sound. And I feel like I am falling. I thought you'd always be around. And I got nothing to hold on to. I just feel old and broken down. And I can't make myself not want you. I thought you'd always be around. The night would hold us in its dark embrace. Let the world go passing by, and shadows fall like black silk lace, and morning sings its cold gray lullaby. And if you're feeling sad and lonely, and this old world has got you down, I'll always be your one and only. You know I'll always be around. You know I'll always be around. Well, that about wraps it up, folks. I want to thank Quinn DeVeaux and Karina Gill for coming down. And I want to thank my partner in crime, Justin Fromm, for pulling all the behind-the-scenes strings and turning this into something watchable and listenable. And I want to thank the MakeOut Room. If you want to look up Quinn or Karina, we've got links to their websites. We also have a PayPal. So if you want to keep this ship afloat, it'd be good if you hit that PayPal link. Thanks very much. And we'll see you next time, folks. Always end on a major seventh. Oh, and that trifecta was a bust. Liquor money threw a shoe on the last turn.